This presentation is going to tell you all the basics you need to know about artificial intelligence. Origins. The term artificial intelligence was stated for the first time by John McCarthy at Dartmouth College in 1956. He is also known as the father of AI. Being a very famous computer scientist of that age, he received many awards, such as the Turing Award and the United States National Medal of Science, just being a few of them. He developed the Lisp and the ALGOL programming languages, which are one of the earliest computer languages that work for AI specifically. Soon after AI was introduced, many American investors funded research for this topic to stay ahead of the Soviet Union, U.S. Department of Defense being its primary investor. But this funding ended after a decade as a future could not be seen in the research. But lately, AI has become an incredibly hot topic, and some of the world's biggest companies are taking a part in it. So, what is the definition of AI? So, by Google, the definition of AI is the theory and development of computer systems able to perform tasks that normally require human intelligence, such as visual perception, speech recognition, decision-making, and translation between languages. Uses. There are many different uses for AI in our modern world, including video games, medicine, stock market, smart cars, virtual assistants, and many, many more. AI has influenced almost all sectors of human life. Virtual assistants, such as Siri or Google, are AI that have the intelligence of an actual assistant. Video games use AI whenever we want to play against the computer or a single-player game. Whenever we run a lab simulation in the medical lab, AI-based decision-making is the result. Smart cars, such as Google Car, has the intelligence of a driver and is able to drive without a person behind the steering wheel. Many bonds and stocks are sold when an AI predicts the stock market results. Hence, there are many different uses for artificial intelligence in our world, and these are just a few of them. Popular languages used to write AI. Python and C++ are sometimes Java are the most common languages used today to write AI. They are the easiest and the most efficient way to write AI in the world right now. Of course, there are other languages, the less common ones, that might be even better, but they are often costly and most people don't know them. Lisp, ALGOL, and IPL are very old programming languages and aren't used much anymore, but they were among the first to be developed for AI. Types of AI. There are a few different types of artificial intelligence, the most common one being symbolic AI. It is also known as functional or weak AI. Most of the examples mentioned before are symbolic AI. This is created to do a specific job with excellence. It doesn't really know any other thing besides the specific task it is remarkably good at. This is the AI that we use the most in our life. Most of the AI in this category are better at what they do than human beings are. Another type of AI is strong artificial intelligence. This is the type that has intelligence as a whole rather than just a specific area. It is very closely related to human intelligence and is supposed to replicate the smartness of us Homo sapiens. There are very few examples of this kind of AI, and there is currently nothing at even close to the complete intelligence of humans. Strong AI is very closely replicate the human intelligence, but it doesn't go beyond it. When we reach this point, it is called the singularity. When the technology goes beyond it, it is the next type of AI. Superintelligent AI is when the intelligence is beyond that of a human, smarter than us overall. At this point, the technology of AI will increase at an exponential rate, only increasing the intelligence of AI more rapidly. It will not take time for the AI to go decades or even centuries ahead of the intelligence we humans possess. There are many opinions on what will happen after that. Some think it is good and others think otherwise. When we reach this point, there will be no turn-off switch for AI. They will be there for permanent. The last type of AI is artificial emotional intelligence. AEI is not as smart as super intelligent AI, but is possibly the harder of the two to create. They basically have emotions that can detect them and maybe even help humans get over them. They are planned to help us recover from different mental traumas such as depression, bipolar disease, post-traumatic stress disorder, and more. News. So, what are the biggest companies in the world doing about this? They must have realized by now that AI is going to be a huge deal in the future. Well, Twitter just bought a new artificial intelligence startup called Magic Pony Technology. Many companies have been investing in or buying AI-based companies. Facebook also has plans for this promising technology. It plans to use it to make personalized feeds, post translations, automatic captions, and much more. Google has bought DeepMind and is working with NASA using a relatively new technology called quantum computing. This new technology combines computer science and quantum mechanics from physics and is closely related to AI. It is also diagnosing eye diseases lately. IBM developed this new AI called Watson, which won a game of Jeopardy against two master players. Being a game of double entendres and many meanings, it is new height for the technology to win this game, and Watson won with 3 times as much money. So this news is not the most recent news, but it's still quite relevant to AI, which we have today. So you might ask, how does functional AI or just AI actually works? Functional AI or weak AI has already been invented and we use it in our daily lives. There is a relationship between the AI and the environment. The AI recognizes and analyzes the environment with its sensors and collects the info or data it requires. Once it collects the data, it looks at the history to see if it has ever received the same or similar data from percept history. If yes, then it is easier for it to complete the task, as it will not take as much time to complete the code in the agent function section. If it has never seen the data before, then it will run through the agent function section with more time to know what it needs to do. After it has gone through the agent function, it will respond to the environment as a form of a behavior. The environment then receives the behavior and sees how it has been changed and records it into the state history. It then uses this data to see how the performance measure was, basically asking if it was a good or a bad response. It then records that in the utility. So when the environment responds again, it checks the state history to decide what is the best thing to do. This is the basic process of how functional AI works in most things. Some steps may be removed and some might be added based on the job, but this is the main plan. A perfect example of this is when you play a game against the computer. The computer analyzes the environment when you do a move, and then it looks at its history to see if you have ever done that move before. And then it processes what it needs to do. It sends out a behavior as a move of its own. You then see the response and keep it in your history, thinking if it was a good or a bad computer move, and store it in your utility. Based on this info, you do your next move, and the cycle goes on. So the chart on the screen is basically what happens during the AI, when the AI is working. So how does strong AI work? Strong AI hasn't been invented yet, but people sure are trying. And there are specific processes they are trying to imply to create it. First thing you can try is machine learning. Machine learning is technology that allows computers to take a lot of data, process it, and teach themselves new skills using the input. It is basically when technology has the ability to learn by themselves without being coded or given info on how to do the job. This process is also known as recursive self-improvement. The next process is curated knowledge. This is when technology is specifically programmed to think like an expert in the field it is working on. But this technology is very brittle and often does not work because it is hard to program the basic human knowledge that everyone has. It is easier to tell a computer about the little, specific, difficult information that an expert knows, but it is harder to tell many simple, easy info that all humans know. An example of this might be of an AI which knows everything about cooking and is even better than the best chefs in the world at its job. It knows all the ingredients in the world and knows what combinations will work together. But if when a pot is boiling and an insect falls into it by mistake, the AI will not know what to do. It has never seen an insect and will not do anything, when even a 10-year-old will know what to do then. Hence, this kind of technology is very brittle and works occasionally. The last process that we are trying is reverse engineering the human brain. After all, we humans are the most intelligent beings, and to create an even smarter thing, we should use ourselves as a template. Hence, many scientists are trying to recreate our brain by reverse engineering it. Biology and computer science are the two biggest studies that are used in this technology. So, our future, yay or nay? So, with all our plans set for the future, people must have an opinion on if it is a good or a bad thing. Some people think that if we create such powerful AI, then they will soon doubt if they should listen to us humans at all, and then they will be unstoppable. They will kill all of us, or we ourselves will use them to tear ourselves apart. Murders, robberies, and rapes will become much easier. Famous people such as Stephen King, Elon Musk, and Bill Gates worry that this will become the reality and are not looking forward to it. But others believe that strong AI will be the best thing that ever happened to us. They believe that being intelligent will mean that they have peace programmed, and they will help us humans rather than eliminate us. They will also be used to eliminate all big world problems that we face today, such as clean water, energy, and food. Smart AI will be used to find alternate sources of energy rather than depending on our low supplies of coal, natural gases, petroleum, and oil. They will also help with different ways to produce clean water. It is said that once AI has been formed, the prices of things will reduce and most of our jobs will be done by robots. Humans will lose their jobs to robots, and there are some optimistic and some pessimistic opinions about this. Some people think that this will cause a total failure in society with no money or jobs, and we will eventually become like the humans in WALL-E. But others believe that this will cause a revolution, and humans will flourish in creativity on what to do next. Many think that we will go explore the other side of the solar system or even go to the galaxies far, far away. Whichever one becomes reality, we will only know once we create this technology. Thank you for watching, and leave your opinion down in the comment section below. Thanks.